Okay, now we're going to get into variables. Firstly, you got to understand what a variable is. A variable is something that symbolizes something or stands for something in math, you know. So, variable can be one of many things. There's tons of variable types, but we're going to start off with the basic ones. So, type in int, and then we're going to do my integer. Okay, so what did I just do? Basically, I just made a variable. The variable type is an integer or int, and then you put it in the variable name. JavaScript, you might know that it's backwards. If you are transitioning from JavaScript in Unity, C# is pretty much the same thing. It's just things either don't have the same words or they're just sorted differently, but they're pretty much the same. So you just put in the variable type and then the variable name after it, and we're going to type the other variables. Alright, now you can see I started by typing this in lowercase, which is something that I could do here. It doesn't really matter. You may see a lot of people do this the more you watch different tutorials. That's mainly because in C# in Unity, it automatically turns the first letter of the variable name into a capital letter. It just does that. So yeah, that's how you can sort like different words. Like if you put, that's just how it works. So these are the basic types of variables. Have an integer, float, game object, and a transform. So int is a whole number, meaning it doesn't have a decimal. I don't know how to spell decimal. Has a decimal. Okay, so the difference between floats and integers are that the ints, they don't have a decimal, so that means like 1 through 5 without anything in between. And the float does have a decimal, so it has like 1.1 and all that stuff. So that's what the difference is. And then you have your game objects and all that. All this will make sense later. Now, to make these visible in Unity, because by default, we're going to create a new game object real quick and put the script onto it. As you can see, you don't see any variables here. That's because by default in C# it makes the variables private. So we're going to go ahead and type public to make them public. You type public before the variable type. Whoops. Okay. So you just make them all public real quick, and they should show up inside of Unity in the inspector. So you can see what I was talking about. Integers, they don't have anything in between them. They're just numbers without decimals. You see the float, however, it does have a decimal value, as you can see, the more you go back and forth. So game objects, you can basically just put in different game objects or prefab. Say if I had this saved down here as a prefab that will count as a game object, you can just put that in there. Transform is basically just this, like the position in the 3D space. That's what transform is. So those are your basic variables. We're gonna add, the more you learn, the more different types of variables you're gonna add and know how to add, and we're gonna go over those later. Really, I don't think this video alone will make sense. You will have to watch the rest for everything to make sense.